Hello, Dragon fans and Dragon enthusiasts, and welcome to Top 5 Grinding Tips for Dragon Adventures. I hope you find this video informative, you give constructive criticism in the comments, and leave a like if you feel like it, or subscribe. Without further ado, please enjoy, and I hope you find this informative. Number 1, farming. Farming is always useful. It allows you to feed your dragons without having to forage, and also you're able to sell it for money at both the farmer's market, as long as it's the crop of the day, and the main market. With rare crops, you can sell them to other players for things that you may be looking for, or sell them in other maps. Here you can see me going to the farmer's market to sell the crop of the day for more money than it would be worth. We're going, and oh no, it's a watermelon. I don't have that yet, so I can't sell it. You can also sell it at the regular market, which I will go to do now. You can see as I equip my main dragon, Mango, to go and sell some of my crops. Now in reality, I won't actually be selling any of my crops, as it's much more financially beneficial to sell them at the farmer's market. So instead, I will be selling drops from monsters that I have killed. You can see me scrolling for a while as I try to decide on what I want to sell. I don't have a lot of things in my inventory as of late, but I do have a couple of really expensive things, like bacon. I sold that for 200 coins. Now imagine what I could get from a good dedicated time of grinding. Number 2, fishing. Fishing is generally good as long as you have the patience to do so, or if you just find it fun to do in the first place. Of course, it can always take a while, but it also allows you to fulfill a good chunk of quests, so you can get certain dragons that you may want. Now I'm waiting for a while, and soon a fish will catch the line. You have to keep it in the green or else it will slip away. And as you see me tapping, I have a pretty good movement, I would say. And it's coming up, and what's that? I've caught a pink angelfish. Number 3, time trials. Now personally, I find time trials in main worlds such as Origins pretty tedious and annoying. I always go into first person for them. But in worlds such as Tundra, there's way more space between the things, and it's much easier to complete, and I don't have to slow down as much. So I'd recommend Origins for slower dragons and Tundra for faster ones. And now you can see me finish it, and I've gotten 700 coins. And sometimes you can also get an egg of the world you're in when you complete one. Number 4 is boss fights. Boss fights give you 1,000 coins per win. It also gives you a chance of earning even more coins depending on what chest you have. The rest of this footage from this scene will be me fighting the boss, and I will give you my process as I do this. You can see me doing a single person boss fight. Now, I personally wouldn't recommend this because it's always good to gang up on someone, but it works for this case, as I am fighting the Origins boss. Next, I will be walking you through the main phases of every single boss fight I've gone through personally. First is just head-on attacking. I personally recommend flying up for this, and just using your breath attacks when you can. Biting isn't as effective for me personally, but if you have a good bite, I would recommend biting instead. Now to get to the next phase of this fight, we need to chip down the health until it's to the second bar. And it's nearing that. You can't see because of the notification, but now it is at the second bar, in which it starts summoning enemies to fight for it. You have to chip away at these enemies to lower the boss's health. Of course, it can come to the next phase without you killing these enemies, but I heavily recommend you do so, because if you don't, you will also have to deal with those chipping at your health for the entire next phase. So I heavily recommend that you get rid of them while you can. I typically, in parties of 2, I typically patrol one area while the other person patrols the other. You can see me just chipping away at the boss's health as much as I can, while I also kill the basic mobs that it spawns. Soon it will be approaching its final phase, which I personally believe is one of the easier phases to do, due to a small glitch that I've encountered occasionally. The rest of the footage from this phase will be sped up because it's pretty much just the same gist. We've now moved on to the final phase of this fight. It's a similar thing as the first phase, except it freezes you. Now this is annoying, but there is an occasional glitch in which when you're using the breath attack while frozen, it will still go on. So I recommend to main the breath attack as much as you can in this fight for a chance of that glitch. because that will allow you to chip at the health even while you're frozen. And of course, you have 3 lives. Currently, I'm still on 3, so we can afford to lose things. Again, this is one of the easier phases for me, and soon the boss will be dead. See, right there, and I got 1,000 coins. Now we simply wait for the prizes to load. You can see the loading screen going up, and bam. I usually go for the middle chest no matter what it is, and I got 4 revival hearts. That's not money, but it can be on the next occasion. Finally, number 5. Number 5, I have quests. This is good for season points. For example, daily missions give you 5, and weekly give you 25. This is pretty good. Right now, you can see me deciding on which one I want to do. I can't go to weekly because I've already finished all those. Now, I've decided on what I actually want to do. I pinned it, and I am now heading to the jungle world to find the egg for the quest. Now, since I'm doing this for money, under normal stances, I would not be buying a guide to find the egg. However, I heavily struggled in this run to find one, as I have not memorized the egg locations of this map. Thus, I did result in buying an observation kit off screen. This means this will be cut in the footage because it is hard to locate one blind. So I struggled. And right now you can see me struggling. You can watch as I just don't know where it is because I don't have the locations memorized for this map. So instead, we'll cut to when I find an egg, and I'll update you when we come back. And I found the egg. You can just see me doing the mini game to collect the egg, and once I have that, I will be able to finish the quest and claim the coins that I've won from it. You can see me going to the mission, and bam! 200 coins. Now, I do truly hope you enjoyed this video, and you found any of these tips helpful. With that being said, I do have to close it off here, as I've given my top 5 grinding tips. Goodbye.